What's going on, everybody? So this is going to be more of a quicker update on like the soccer, volleyball, softball stuff with Duke or USC. So hopefully you do enjoy it, but I'm going to try to read through as much of this as I can, and hopefully it's not too long or too boring. So we'll start off with the Duke men's soccer. Looks like their goalkeeper Wessel Spiel, was named the ACC Goalkeeper of the Year. He was also the All ACC First Team. Isn't surprising. They also had another All ACC First Teamer in Ulfer Bjornsson, an All ACC Second Teamer in Adam Luckhurst, an All ACC Third Teamer in Cameron Aceto, All ACC Third Team Keenan Hott, All ACC Third Team Ruben Masales, All ACC's Freshman Team Jamie Kabusu. And then they also are apparently going to be a 10th ranked team in their tournament, the whatever tournament it's called, I don't know, championship tournament. It's not the, March Madness bracket, whatever, but it's still a major bracket. They made it. I didn't see USC, so I could be wrong, but I don't think USC has a men's soccer team. Like I said, I could be wrong. I know they have the women's side, and they're very good, but yeah, I didn't see a Southern Cal on there, and I don't really see much updates, so maybe that's just another sport that they don't end up having, like how they have baseball at USC, but not softball. They have women's soccer, which is excelling, but no men's soccer. That's kind of weird, but that's the way it is right now. And speaking of that great USC women's soccer, yes, they added a bunch of players. I think that pretty recently was like a national signing day. I thought it was just more football that's coming up, but it was kind of for like a bunch of sports, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, there's a lot of people to talk about, so let's get to it quickly. So on the women's side, yes, they did add Idra Bello. She's a defender from San Diego. Allison Ho. She's a defender from Los Altos, California, obviously. Then they signed Kensington Morgan, a defender from Florida. Jaden Rodriguez, a midfielder from San Diego as well. Murphy Walsh, a forward from Los Gatos, California. They signed Charlotte Ward, a forward from Moorpark, California. So yeah, congrats to them. Going to add a bunch of new talent, which means they're probably going to lose a lot of their talent on the women's soccer side that led them to that number one seed. But hopefully it's not that much of a fall off, and they have some pretty good players coming in, and they're highly ranked. I'm going to talk about Duke volleyball right now, Duke softball. I know some of these positions I did not know once I was seeing them and didn't see. I think it was like an MIF. But it's like a mid-infielder, which means they could play multiple positions along the infield. I didn't know that was like its own separate position. I thought that was just, a really good player. But we'll get into some of the players that ended up signing to their rookie class. So they ended up signing Jayla Stafford. I believe she's an infielder from San Diego. Gabriella Shattuck, a catcher from New Jersey. Caitlin Nesbitt, a pitcher / MIF from Dublin, Georgia. Adeline Matthews, a catcher / outfielder from Florida. Ariel Kruger, an MIF from Van Buren Township. I don't know if that's Michigan, Maine. I don't know. Brooklyn Grayson, an MIF as well from Indiana. And London Collins, a center fielder from the state of Texas. So, yeah, a lot of MIFs. So I was kind of like wondering what the heck that was, but I guess they do have a lot of versatile players coming in that can play multiple positions, so that's pretty good. And yeah, they even stole somebody from California that should have been going to USC, but I'll get off that horse at some point. So according to some recruiting bases, USC's baseball recruiting class that's coming in is ranked number 12 or 21, which is pretty cool, and they're like the number one class in the Big Ten, which is nice, but they did a couple players. Let's hopefully I can see their names. It looks like Cade Higgins. They signed him. He's a 6'3", 205 outfielder from Las Vegas. Also signed Andrew Johnson, 6'3", 210 right-handed pitcher from San Juan Capistrano, California. Maddox Risk, 5'11", 175 infielder from Las Vegas. Johnny Elliott, 6'3", 205, a catcher / outfielder from Newport Beach. Caden Hunter, 6'2", 205 left-handed pitcher from Granite Bay, California. And then Josh Hansen, 6'1", 195 infielder and outfielder from San Francisco. And yeah, overall, looks like a pretty talented class, so hopefully that is the case. And Hopefully they can continue to do some good stuff late in postseason play. And then Duke had a couple of signings and a couple of things about their baseball side as well. They had a commitment from a right-handed pitcher in Griffin Loy from Kentucky. They also had a commitment from Wyatt Claytor. Looks like he's a pitcher. Had a commitment from Jael Castillo. And it looks like he's a very talented player as well. Then it looks like they named... No, one more. They also signed Quinn Showalter. I guess he announced his commitment. Looks like a pitcher as well. And then I think it was Division I baseball listed Jake Hyde, who as an impact transfer for Duke. I guess he's one of their main hitters, so they definitely got a talented guy, and hopefully he can look pretty good and get drafted pretty high so that more guys will want to come who transfer or come from high school ranks to Duke. But yeah, overall it's looking pretty solid for them as well, and hopefully they can meet up in the postseason. Actually, late in the postseason, please. And the USC women's volleyball team added a couple of solid players. I believe one of them was Reese Messer. Another one is Abigail Mullen. And the other one is Quinn Loper. And I believe two of those are first-team All-Americans in high school. Reese Messer and Abigail Mullen. So, yeah, very talented stuff. So, hopefully they can be some good additions to the team coming up. Only 3 so far, so we'll see how many of these players return, or if USC ends up going into the transfer portal as well. And track and field for USC had a couple of big signings on the men's and women's side. On the women's side, they did sign Kaylin Page Head, who is a hurdles, and that's pretty good. They also have Jackson Morris, who committed to them pretty recently, so congrats. They also signed McKenna Barnett, who is the hurdles for the 100 and 300 meters. They also signed Joelle Trepagnier, hopefully I'm saying that correct, for the sprints at 200 meters and the 400 meters. They also signed Cordial Van, who sprints and jumps. He does the long jump and the 100 meters as well. So yeah, congrats to all of them, and hopefully they can add to what is a lot of people who end up representing USC and their countries when it comes to a lot of those sports in the Olympic-style sports coming out of USC, so that's pretty cool. The tennis team for the women's side, they signed the number 4 ranked player in California in 2025, and her name is Krisha Mahendran. Congrats to them. And then they also signed a blue chip recruit in Daniela Boreal, and she signed as a Trojan pretty recently. So yeah, a lot of talent coming into USC, as always, not only in football, basketball, their main sports, but in all the other sports as well. Some would say that there are other Olympic sports that might be their better ones, like swimming, water polo, and track and field and all that stuff, but I still kind of lean towards football and maybe a little bit of basketball as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.